Exercise 6.03 Method of preparing the winding former and the coils. In the coming exercise, you will be learning about preparing the former for diamond-shaped coils, Skein winding, and concentric coils, and winding of coil for the above three are shown one by one. Former preparing for diamond-shaped coil. After removing the coil insulation, measure the internal dimensions of the coil as shown in the diagram and note down in a paper. Take wooden piece for making winding frame and chamfer the edges and shape similar to that of the coil. File the edges till the coil just fits on the winding frame. For larger size winding frame, taper slightly on any one side of the winding frame. For making side boards, take two pieces of teak wood larger than the winding frame. Using a hacksaw, make slots in the side board so as to reach up to the surface of the winding frame. Mark the assembly center and drill a hole of size M10. Diamond-shaped coil winding. Mount the former assembly in the winding machine and insert a twine thread through the slits. Set the winding machine for proper feed, speed, and gauge of the winding wire. Then, mount the winding wire reel and thread it through the tension pool. Wind the required number of turns and tie the twine thread over the coil. Remove the coil from the former by detaching the nailed portion of the sideboard. This method is used for DC motor field coil winding only. After removing the coil from the winding frame, insert and fix the Hilum sheet for insulation so that the coil will not touch the body of the stator. Insert the coil inside the slots of the stator according to the original pitch. The coil should not be too tight or too loose. After checking the correctness of the coil, prepare the required number of coils if it is found satisfactory. Skein winding former making. Assume that coil size is not available. Take 16 or 18 SWG winding or bare copper wire of 1 meter length and straighten it with the help of the cotton waste. Holding one end firmly near the slot 4 as shown, wind the wire through the mid portion of the slots, giving equal uniform spacing in the overhangs. Twist the both beginning and ending ends. Remove the wire and shape it either as a rectangular or oblong loop. The shape of the coil does not matter as long as the length of the coil is correct. According to the shape of the loop, either fix 4 or 2 nails on the wooden board. Skein coil winding. Hand wind the required number of turns. Skein winding cannot be used when the coils have different number of turns in the same group. Tie the turns together using twine and remove the coil from the board. Skein type of winding can also be prepared using an adjustable skein winder. Check the coil size correctness before making the other coils. This method of coil winding is used for AC motor stator core. Skein winding cannot be used when the coils have different number of turns in the same group. This type of winding can also be done by manually operated hand machine apart from hand winding. Holding the coil in such a way that the connection end of the coil is in the connection end of the stator. Insert the coils in the smallest pitch. After the coil is fully inserted, wedge the slots temporarily, twist the coil and insert the turns in the slots according to the next larger size pitches. Insert all the coils, check whether winding is properly formed. Making former concentric coils. Assume coil size is not available. Take 16 or 18 SWG winding or bare copper wire and place it through the center of the inner coil. Likewise, measure the other two coil sizes using two separate wires. Prepare wooden formers as shown and mount them on the sliding bracket. Adjust the distance between the wooden formers according to the size of the coil sizes and then fix it by the bottom bolt. Each block should be assembled such that they can be separated after the winding is completed for easy removal of coils. Concentric coil winding. Wind the required number of turns according to each coil, starting from the smallest coil. Do not cut the wire till the complete set is finished. Do not make other set of coils till you are satisfied with the correctness of the size of coils. Tie the coils with twine at several places to keep the turns in position. Then dismantle the wooden blocks one by one and remove the coils together. Place the coils in the slots starting from the smallest coil. Use temporary wedges in the slots soon after all the turns are placed. After placing all the coils in the group, check the distance between the coils. If found okay, make the set of coils. Otherwise, readjust the formers to make correct size. Dear student, in the concluded lesson, you have learnt how to prepare 3 types of formers for making coils and 3 types of coil windings.